Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles. Hardcore Course in Miracles. You ready to have some miracles? You ready to have some changes? You ready to have some peace and joy and to let go of the anger, guilt, grievances in the past? Are you ready for another experience? Are you ready for a new kind of experience? Well, I want to welcome you to Hardcore Course in Miracles here on Facebook Live. And I'm not doing it from the place I normally do it, so I don't have all of my technological marvels of music that I normally have. So you're actually going to be forced to just actually listen to what I have to say without a lot of music tonight. So that's all good. It's all perfect. And I want you to know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you and how much I'm ready to share with you looking within. What does that mean? How do you look within? What does it mean to look within? And how can you make that a really important, powerful part of your experience? So we're going to be doing looking within, and looking within is going to be on page 229 in the Course in Miracles text, page 229 in the Course in Miracles text, the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles, the Foundation for Inner Peace version of A Course in Miracles, page 229, looking within, chapter 12, section 7, paragraph 1. So while we're all coming together and everybody's tuning into Facebook Live with me, Earl Purdy, Hardcore Course in Miracles, I'm going to share with you the introduction from A Course in Miracles. This is A Course in Miracles. This is A Course in Miracles. This is A Course in Miracles. The Course in Miracles is a required course. Only the time you take it is voluntary. Only the time you take A Course in Miracles is voluntary. Free will doesn't mean that you can establish the curriculum. I repeat, free will does not mean you can establish the curriculum that you're going to learn how to truly be happy. Free will means only that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. You can do as much of this as you want to for as long as you want to. That's what your free will represents. And the Course in Miracles says that the Course doesn't aim at teaching the meaning of love. The Course in Miracles is not trying to teach you the meaning of love. The meaning of love is beyond what can be taught. The meaning of love is beyond what can be taught. It's the meaning of love. The Course in Miracles does aim, however, at removing the blocks. What is it that the Course in Miracles aims at? The Course in Miracles aims at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence. Love is present in your life. Peace is present in your life. Abundance is present in your life. And what does the Course in Miracles do? The Course in Miracles removes the blocks to your awareness of love's presence. The Course in Miracles says that's your natural inheritance. Your natural inheritance is what? You deserve love. Love, joy, peace, abundance, happiness, that is your natural inheritance. So what is the opposite of love? What is the opposite of love? The opposite of love is fear. So when you're feeling fear, you're feeling the what? When you're feeling fear, are you feeling the opposite of love? Yes, whenever you're feeling fear, you're feeling the opposite of love. Fear is the opposite of love. But love is all-encompassing. Love is all-encompassing. Love encompasses everything. So what does that mean? That means in reality, there is no opposite to love. In reality, there is only love. This course can therefore be summed up how? How is it that you can sum up the Course in Miracles? The Course in Miracles can be summed up simply, very simply, as a matter of fact, in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing real can be threatened. If it's real, can it be threatened? No. If it's real, it can't be threatened. If your relationship is real, can it be threatened? No. If anything that you're doing can be threatened, then the Course in Miracles says it's not really real. If it's real, it can't be threatened. If it's real, it can't be destroyed. If it's real, it can't be hurt, nor can it hurt you. If it's real, it's harmless. If it's real, it's loving. If it's real, it's permanent. If it's real, it's forgiving. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. So if it's unreal, does it exist? No. So that means if it's unreal, can it be threatened? Yes. If it's unreal, can you lose it? Yes. If it's unreal, is it temporary? Yes. If it's unreal, is it impermanent? Yes. If it's unreal, is it filled with guilt? Is it filled with anger? Is it filled with fear? Is it filled with grievances? Yes. If it's unreal, then you are experiencing all of those things. So anything that's unreal, it really doesn't exist. Nothing real can be threatened. And the Course in Miracles says, herein lies the peace of God. So the peace of God, the peace of love, the peace of God is when you're dealing with something that's real, when you're dealing with something that can't be threatened. That's when you are dealing with what is real. Okay, so the only guidelines to the Course in Miracles is that you don't need to believe it, you don't need to accept it, you don't need to welcome it. Some of it you will find hard to believe, some of it you might find quite startling. The Course in Miracles says this doesn't matter. You're not being asked to judge what I'm about to share from A Course in Miracles. You're not being asked to analyze what I'm about to say from A Course in Miracles. If you use it, you will see that it's true. If you use it, you will see that the principles of A Course in Miracles are true. If you use the ideas, if you use the ideas, then you recognize that the ideas are true. The Course says it's not concerned with your understanding. It's concerned with your practicing the ideas and remembering what the ideas are telling you. So it's much more important to remember what the Course in Miracles is saying than it's important to understand what the Course in Miracles is saying. It's a trick if you think that it's about understanding A Course in Miracles. It's about remembering the instructions that you're being given, and it's about using the ideas of the instructions that you're being given. And that will produce a level of love and a level of peace and a level of happiness and a level of joy that's beyond what you can imagine right now. But what must you do? You have to remember what the Course in Miracles is saying, and then you apply what the Course in Miracles is saying. In order to remember what the Course in Miracles is saying, of course, you'd have to study the Course in Miracles and what the Course in Miracles is saying. And we're going to do Looking Within. Looking Within, it's on page 229, chapter 12, section 7, paragraph 1. I've taught the Course in Miracles and studied the Course in Miracles for over 40 years now. And the Course in Miracles teaches that the purpose of a relationship is to save time. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like the only thing that's happening in that relationship is fear and conflict, and you're delaying yourself and delaying your happiness, then that's not a relationship that's being used for the true purpose of a relationship. The true purpose of a relationship is to save you time in reaching happiness and love in God. It should be moving you faster on your spiritual path, not delaying you. So the Course in Miracles is saying we got to talk about looking within. And that's the section we're going to cover. And I'm going to cover that section, and I'm going to cover that section really slowly, because the Course in Miracles says, read me slowly, study me slowly. That it's much more important that you hear what A Course in Miracles is saying than that you understand what A Course in Miracles is saying. So I'm going to take it that way. So miracles. So people say, I want miracles. I want a miracle. I'd love to have a miracle. Would you like to have a miracle? What A Course in Miracles says, let me back this up a little bit, because I want to put my Kindle in front of me so I can see it. I love to use my Kindle, because my Kindle absolutely has nice, big, bright letters, and it makes it really easy for me to see it. So, do you want a miracle? Well, the Course in Miracles says when you have a miracle, which means when you have an expression of real love, and you have an expression of real joy, and you have an expression of real freedom and right-mindedness, the Course in Miracles says that demonstrates that learning has occurred under the right guidance. So how can you tell when your learning is occurring under the right guidance? How can you tell if you're listening to the Holy Spirit? How can you tell when you're listening to your guide, your inner guide? You will experience miracles. You will experience expressions of love that's of a magnitude and a clarity and a peace that's far beyond anything that you could imagine. So when you experience miracles, that's how you know you're really listening to the Holy Spirit. When you experience miracles, that's how you know you're learning, and you're learning under the right teacher. You're learning under the right guidance. So what I want to do is help you understand when you're listening to right guidance and when you're listening to wrong guidance. If you're listening to right guidance, then you are experiencing expressions of love and expressions of joy and right-mindedness and healing and forgiveness. That's what's happening in your experience right now, joy. If you're listening under the wrong guidance, then you're not experiencing joy, you're not experiencing peace, you're experiencing conflict, and you're experiencing fear. Did you hear what I said? If you're listening to the right guidance, you're experiencing love and peace. If you're listening and learning under the wrong guidance, you feel fear and conflict. So that means that when you're feeling fear and conflict, you're not listening to the Holy Spirit. You're not listening to right guidance. How can you tell when you're listening to right guidance? You have miracles, because learning is invisible. So when you're learning something, what you're learning, the words that I'm saying to you, it's invisible. In the sense, the information you're hearing, it's invisible. So what you're learning is invisible. But what's been learned, how do you recognize what you have learned? The way you recognize what you have learned is by its results. So how can I tell that I've learned how to drive a car? I'm driving a car. How can I tell when I've learned how to walk? I am walking. How can I tell when I've learned how to type? I am typing. How can you tell when you've learned how to forgive? You are forgiving. How can you tell when you've learned how to have peace? You're not angry and upset and attacking. What you have learned can be recognized. How? By the results. Now, the Course in Miracles said what's important about learning the truth, is that when you learn the truth, you're going to start generalizing the truth. What does that mean? You're going to use the truth in more and more situations. As you learn the Course in Miracles, you're going to start using the Course in Miracles in more and more situations. So once you learn the truth, you're going to start learning the truth. You're going to start using it in more and more situations. If the Course in Miracles teaches me that I give everything I see all the meaning that it has for me, like everything that I'm looking at, it only has as much meaning as I give to it. Whatever's happening in my life, it only has as much meaning as I give to it. So that's going to be true in every situation that I'm in. If I'm the one that's making myself mad, and I'm making myself mad by the meanings that I'm giving to a situation, that's what's really making me mad. Not the situation, but the meaning that I'm giving to the situation. What makes a person angry is not the situation, but the meaning that they're giving to the situation. So that's true in every single circumstance in your life. If it's true in every situation. So in every situation that you're in, you're the one that's giving that situation all the meaning that it has for you. Any and every situation that you're in. So if something is the truth, you're going to use it in more and more situations. If I realize I'm the one that makes myself happy, then I'm going to be the one that makes myself happy when I'm at the grocery store. I'm going to be the one that makes myself happy when I've gone to a concert. I'm going to be the one that makes myself happy when I'm with my friends, because the truth is something that applies to every situation that you're in. If you are innocent, like the Course in Miracles teaches, that who and what you really are is innocent. That's your core of your being. That's the condition of what you are. Then that means in every situation that you're in, you're still innocent. No matter what the situation or circumstance that you're in, you're still innocent. If it's true, you apply it to more and more situations. If it's true, you apply it to every situation. That's how you can tell when you've learned something. If I've learned the way that I walk when I'm at home, it's the same way I walk when I'm at the grocery store. It's the same way I walk when I'm over a friend's house. In other words, what you have learned, you use it and you do it in every situation. So that means that there's no situations in which miracles do not apply. So don't say that there's any situation that a miracle doesn't apply. There is no situation that the truth does not apply. There's no situation that love does not apply. There is no situation in which miracles do not apply. There's no situation that the Course in Miracles and the teachings of the Course in Miracles does not apply. So if you would apply miracles, which the Course defines as right-mindedness, right answers, right perception. If you just have a right perception, it's a miracle. If y'all have a right answer, it's a miracle. That's why it's called the Course in Miracles. Because if we actually love each other and forgive each other and are consistent in our love for each other, that's a miracle. So by applying the miracles, by applying the teachings of A Course in Miracles, by applying the teachings of truth, the Course says that's how you're going to gain the real world. If you want to finally be in a world full of love, do you want to finally be in a world full of peace and not the insanity and chaos that we hear and read about? If you want to be in a world that's beyond the world of fear, then you have to apply miracles. And miracles are correct perceptions. Miracles are right answers. Miracles are expressions of the truth. I'm giving you definitions from A Course in Miracles of miracles. So it's not until a person uses the teachings that they're studying and apply those teachings that they're studying to every situation that they're going to gain a loving world. If I want to have a peaceful world, then I need to know what the kinds of thoughts and perceptions that I need in order to have a peaceful, loving, prosperous world. Because everything that's happening in your world is coming from your thoughts. Everything that you are experiencing is coming from your thought. Everything that you are experiencing is coming from your thought. And I know that's not always comfortable to hear or even makes a person feel good to hear that. But to me, that's the best news I could possibly hear, is that what's happening to me is somehow connected to me and somehow connected to my thinking, because I can change my thinking. I can't change your thinking, but I can change my thinking. So if my happiness is based on me changing my thinking, now my happiness is based on something I have something to do with. My happiness is based on something that gives me some type of control. But if my happiness is based on what my spouse does, my mate does, my child does, my boss does, the world does, then I am putting all of my happiness in the hands of something I can't control. So the idea that you create your reality, the idea that what you are experiencing is coming from your mind, your thinking, your actions, your behaviors, your programming, that's really the best news you could possibly hear. That's the best news you could possibly hear, because that means the situation can be changed. It says that there is no situation in which miracles don't apply, and by applying them in all situations, you will gain the real world. So I've got to apply this truth that I'm studying in every situation if I want to gain, I like that word, gain what? The real world. Okay, and the Course in Miracles calls this a holy perception. So a holy healing perception is a perception that's based on the truth. And the truth is that you are innocent. The truth is that you are spirit. The truth is that you are a living embodiment and extension of God and love. The true perception is that the truth applies to every situation is a holy perception, and you will be made whole. That means you will be made healed. You will be made oneness. You will be made joyful. And the atonement is love. The atonement is the correction of error. The atonement is the undoing of fear. So when you're seeing things correctly, it will undo your fear. And the radiance of your love that will come from your acceptance of the fact that you are love, it will radiate for yourself to everyone that the Holy Spirit sends you for your blessing. See, the Holy Spirit is going to send people to you to be blessed by you. Love is going to send people to you to be blessed by you. God is going to send people to you to be blessed by you. And the way that you bless people is to accept the truth for yourself. What? The way that you bless me is to accept what the Course is teaching for yourself. Accept your innocence for yourself. Accept that you deserve love for yourself. And you're blessing me. If you are happy, you're blessing me. If you're letting yourself have peace, which means you're not attacking me and giving me a hard time, then you're actually blessing me. So the atonement will radiate from your acceptance of it for yourself to everyone the Holy Spirit sends to you for your blessing. And his blessing lies in everyone you meet. So what does that mean? That means that there's a blessing waiting for you in everyone that you meet. In every child of God, God's blessing lies. In every child of God, God's blessing lies. In every child of God. So love's blessing lies in you. Love's blessing lies in me. In every child of God. It didn't say every child of God but a Republican. Every child of God but a Democrat. Every child of God but a Trump supporter. Every child of God but somebody in China. It said every child of God, God's blessing lies. And so it's in your blessing of the children of God is God's blessing to you. And then you go, well, what is my blessing? Your blessing is to accept the atonement for yourself, accepting the Course in Miracles for yourself, accepting the innocence for yourself, accepting love for yourself, accepting this truth for yourself. It's your acceptance of the truth. It's your willingness to let your mistakes be undone. It's your willingness to let your errors be corrected, which the Course defines as the atonement is the correction of error, the undoing of fear. You are blessing everyone by letting your insane mind be made sane. You're blessing everyone else by getting rid of your fear, your guilt, your anxiety, your lack, your sickness, your worry is a blessing to everybody else. So when the Course in Miracles talks about blessing people, it's talking about you living the truth for yourself, you accepting the truth for yourself, and you being a demonstration of love yourself. You letting yourself be happy, you letting yourself be loved, you letting yourself be successful. That is a blessing to everyone, including me and everyone that you know. Wow. Wow. So stop thinking that blessing somebody is something that's hard to do, and blessing somebody is asking for you to make some kind of a sacrifice and to give up your joy and your happiness, or it's you trying to like somebody you don't like, or blessing somebody that you don't want to bless. The Course in Miracles said, I'll say it again, the atonement will radiate. The atonement, which is the correction of error and the undoing of fear, will radiate from your acceptance of it for yourself to everyone the Holy Spirit sends you for your blessing. In every child of God, the Holy Spirit's blessing lies. And in your blessing of the children of God, God's blessing is God's blessing to you. We must hear the Holy Spirit, brothers and sisters. We got to stop analyzing the Course in Miracles and trying to give our interpretation of what it means, and take a minute to breathe and let yourself hear what the Course in Miracles itself is telling you. Okay? And then the Course in Miracles says, guess what? What is it that you must play? What is it that you must play? Well, everyone in the world must play his part in the world's redemption. So you've got a part to play in the healing of the world. You have a part to play in the healing of the world. You have a part to play. You have a role to play in the healing of the world. You have a role to play. You have a role to play in the redemption or healing of the world. And you must play your part in its redemption. You must play your part. 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 You must do your part. You must play your part. You must play your part. What is it that you must play? You must play your part. Whose part? Your part. Not my part, your part. In order to recognize that the world has been healed. If you want to recognize that the world has been redeemed, if you want to recognize that the world has been forgiven, if you want to recognize that the world has been redeemed, you have to play your part. You've got to play your part. You have to fulfill your function. You have a function. You have a function. And your function is bigger than just playing and having fun in and of itself alone. So what does the Course in Miracles say? Well, it says you cannot see the invisible. So that's funny. I cannot see the invisible. Now, if somebody tell me they don't understand that, then I have to go, Lord have mercy, I'm just going to have to pray for you. If you think you have to analyze a statement like, you can't see the invisible. If it's invisible, you're doggone right you can't see it. Okay, then it goes, okay, then how do you know what's invisible is there? So if God is there, and God is invisible, how do you know that God is there? If love is there and love is invisible, how do you know that love must be there? He says, yet if you see its effects, what? Yet if you see its effects, you know it must be there. So how do I know something invisible is there? By the effects of it. So how do I know the Holy Spirit, my inner teacher, is there? By the effects of it. How do I know that there is love in this relationship that I'm in because I see the results of the love. I see the effects of the love, the peace we have, the joy we have, the compassion we have, the kindness we have, the acknowledgement that we have, the support that we give each other. It's through the effects that I know that the love is there. I'm going to tell you, I'm one of these people that action speaks louder than words. I love that people say pretty words to me, and they say pretty words to each other, and we say, I love you, and I love everybody, and I see you as one with me, and I love all those great, wonderful, beautiful words that we share with each other. But you know what? I'm not going to believe you really mean any of it until I see somehow or another that the actions that you are saying back up the words that you are saying to me. So I'm glad that people said wonderful things to me. But the Course in Miracles has taught me what people say to me when they love me and how people treat me when they love me. And the Course in Miracles has taught me how I feel about and think about things when I'm expressing love and in love. And it's also showed me how to tell when I'm giving love. And I like that because you only get hurt when you fool yourself. And when you fool yourself is when you tell yourself something that's not true. So if I tell myself this person loves me and the truth is they don't love me and the way that they treat me is not in a loving way, then I'm missing the effect. But if the person is being kind to me and supportive to me and loving to me and that's their actions, then I know that when they say they love me, it actually means something. So the Course in Miracles is saying, by perceiving what it does, you recognize its being. I recognize who you are by what you do. I recognize who you are by what you do. Your actions speak louder than words. And it doesn't matter if you act differently from the way that you're thinking. That's still you acting according to how you think. If you're being deceptive in your actions, you're still deceptive in your thinking. So the point that I'm making is by seeing what it does, you recognize its being. By seeing what you do, I recognize exactly who you are. So it says it right here. By what it does, you learn what it is by what it does. You learn what it is by what it does. You learn what it is by what it does. You learn what it is by what it does. I learn what you are by what you do. I learn what you are by what you do. You learn what I am by what I do. You learn what God is by what God does. You learn what love is by what love does. If you really pay attention to what I'm sharing with you tonight, you are hearing one law after another law. That's what all it is. If you see its effects, you know it must be there. That's a law. By perceiving what it does, you recognize its being. That's a law. By what it does, you learn what it is. That's a law. You cannot see your strengths. You cannot physically see your strengths, but you gain confidence in the existence of your strength. How do you gain confidence in the existence of your strength? You gain confidence in the existence of your strength as your strengths enable you to act. You gain confidence in the power that you have when the power that you have is enabling you to take action. How do I know I have power? Because it's enabling me to act. So I'll gain confidence in my power as my power enables me to do things. So the Course in Miracles says the results of your actions you can see. So what you are seeing in your life right now is the result of your actions. What you are experiencing in your relationships right now, that's the result of your actions. Whatever you are experiencing right now, whatever you see right now, whatever you perceive right now, whatever a person sees right now, whatever person perceives right now, whatever person perceives right now, whatever person sees right now is the result of their actions. You are seeing me right now because of the result of my actions, right? I sat down, set up the Facebook Live and got my camera phone in place and I got everything set up. And so you are seeing the results of my actions. And that's the truth. If you want to know what you are doing, look at your life. Look at what's happening in your life. If you have a lot of loving people in your life and peace in your life and you feel connection in your life and you feel free in your life, then you can absolutely have confidence that it's the results of your actions, that it's happening because of your actions. And if you're sad and you're miserable and you're blaming and you're full of grievances and you feel afraid and you don't trust anybody, that's also the results of your actions. So what's the universal law? The result of my actions, I can see the result of my actions. I can see the result of my actions. You can see the result of your actions. They can see the results of their actions. Take a breath. Now, this is Hardcore Course in Miracles. That's what my Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, that's what it's about. These classes are primarily geared toward Course in Miracles students who know that they're Course in Miracles students and want to go deeper into the Course in Miracles and don't mind cracking that book out with me and going through stuff with me to get a better understanding of it and a better acceptance of it. So I want you to hear what I'm saying. This is geared for people who really want to learn and apply the Course in Miracles in their life. And for 40 years, I've been teaching and learning the Course in Miracles. I can, and I'm not being arrogant when I say I could save you some time. Just like if you are more familiar about knitting than I am, you could save me time if I wanted to learn how to do knitting. If you know more about golf and you're more familiar with golf than I am because I've just now started to try to golf, then I would be smart to listen to you because you probably know more about golf. And I know you do. You've been doing it longer. So that's my point with the Course in Miracles. I've dedicated over 40 years of my life to studying and learning this material. And I've been doing it full time for over 35 years. You're not talking to a person who is not committed and dedicated himself to learning and studying and being a messenger. And I will appeal to some people and not everyone. Always remember that. You will not appeal to everyone at an ego worldly level. There'll be specific people that will be sent to you to receive your blessings and to give you blessings. And those people will need you exactly the way you are, and the way that you express yourself will be perfect for them. They're not someone you get in a relationship with and all they're trying to do is change you. Somebody that's in divine order, that's an awake being, and that's a loving being is not a person that's trying to constantly change other people to suit them better. So the Course in Miracles, so I'm saying to you that the Course in Miracles does not have to be as difficult or baffling as a part of the mind will try to make it be to you. It will only be baffling and difficult if you're trying to interpret the Course in Miracles for yourself and you're not simply listening to what the Course in Miracles is saying to you, because you're totally capable of understanding that you can't see something that's invisible. And if you see the effects of it, you must know it's there. And by seeing what it does, you recognize its being. By what it does, you learn what it is. You can't see your power, but you can gain confidence in your power as your power enables you to act. And the results of your actions, you can see. You cannot tell me that that's too difficult for you to grasp or too difficult for you to understand. So the Course says, let's get this straight. The Holy Spirit is what? The Holy Spirit is invisible. The Holy Spirit is invisible. The loving Spirit is invisible. Your inner teacher is invisible. God, in a sense, is invisible. So what is invisible? The Holy Spirit, the loving right mind, right guidance. It's invisible. But you can see the results of the Holy Spirit's presence. You can't see the Holy Spirit, but you can see the results of the Holy Spirit being in your life. You can't physically see the Holy Spirit, but you can see the results of the presence of the Holy Spirit. You can't, in a sense, you can't physically see love, but you can see the results of the presence of love. I can say I love you, but when I express that love and you see me treating you in a beautiful way, then you know that the love I say I have for you must be there. Because you see the results of the presence of the love that I have for you. And through the results of the presence of the Holy Spirit, that's how you learn that the Holy Spirit is there. So the Course in Miracles just said to us, if you want to learn that God is in your life, if you want to learn that God is there, if you want to learn that a higher power is there, if you want to learn that Spirit is there, then you will become aware that the Holy Spirit or God is with you through the results. It's the results of the Holy Spirit's presence that makes you aware that the Holy Spirit is with you. Then the Course in Miracles says, now I'm going to give you more information about the Holy Spirit, your higher power, your inner guide. How do you know that the Holy Spirit is there? How do you know that real love, true love is there? Well, when the Course in Miracles makes a statement, the Course in Miracles also immediately describes exactly what it's talking about. That is why You don't have to analyze the Course. Why? Because the Course in Miracles, if you will keep reading, is going to explain everything it says if you can possibly control yourself so that you don't give your interpretation about what you think it's saying. The Course in Miracles says, if the Holy Spirit is there in your life, you're going to see the Holy Spirit is there by the results. The first thing is that what the Holy Spirit enables you to do, what the divine within you enables you to do, is clearly not of this world. So whatever the Holy Spirit enables you to do, it's not of this world. You will be able to do things that's not of fear, not of guilt, not of separation, not of sickness, not of projection, not of blame, not of jealousy, not of specialness. The Course in Miracles says what love enables you to do is clearly not of this world. Why? Why is it that what the Holy Spirit enables you to do is not of this world? Why is it that whatever God enables you to do, it's not of this world? Because miracles violate every law of reality. A miracle violates every law of reality as this world judges reality. A miracle goes beyond anything that the world thinks is possible. A miracle is beyond what the world thinks is possible. A miracle is beyond what the world thinks is possible. The Holy Spirit can do things that are beyond what you think is possible. The Holy Spirit can do things that's beyond what the world teaches you is possible. Don't be limited by what the world tells you is possible or not possible. Stop being limited by what the world tells you is possible or not possible. The Course in Miracles says the Holy Spirit can do things that transcends every law of reality that you believe in. What does that mean, Earl? It means that the Holy Spirit enables you to do things that's beyond every law of time and space. So what the Holy Spirit enables you to do, what the miracle enables you to do, it goes beyond the laws of time, and it goes beyond the laws of space. It goes beyond the laws of magnitude and mass. What the Holy Spirit enables you to do is clearly beyond everything that you think is possible as a human being and what the world has taught you is possible. Do not limit yourself to believing that the only thing that's possible is what the world tells you is possible. Stop limiting yourself by believing that things can happen that you perceive as being supernatural beyond what the world says can happen. Open your mind up to possibilities that could happen in your life that's beyond what you can manage, what you can manipulate, and what you can think of. The Holy Spirit enables you to do things that are clearly not of this world. Miracles violate every law of reality as the world judges it, of magnitude and mass. All the rules of the world are transcended because what the Holy Spirit, what real love, the Holy Spirit, what right-mindedness, the Holy Spirit enables you to do is clearly beyond them all. So what's going to happen, Earl? Well, when you perceive the Holy Spirit's results, when you see love's results, when you see the result of truth, when you see the results of miracles, you must understand where the Holy Spirit must be. And finally, you will know what the Holy Spirit is. When you see the things that happen that's beyond time and space and what you think is possible, and you see more love and happiness and healing and correction happen in your life than you could ever expect, when you have miracles happen all around you, it means you are finally listening to right guidance, and it means you're finally doing what the Course in Miracles says, and it means you are finally listening to God. That's how you will know. You can't see the Holy Spirit. You cannot see the Holy Spirit. You cannot see the Holy Spirit. You cannot see God. You cannot see the divine. You cannot see the unlimited. You can't see the Holy Spirit, but what can you see? You can't see the Holy Spirit, but you can see the manifestations of the Holy Spirit. You can't see love, but you can see the manifestations of love. You can't see God physically in the sense that the Course in Miracles is saying you can't see the invisible, but you can see the manifestations of the invisible. You are a manifestation of the invisible. You are one manifestation of God. You are one manifestation of God. You are one manifestation of the idea. What you're seeing physically is the result of an idea. Everything you see physically is the result of an idea. So that means you are the result of an idea. And I'll take it a step further. The Course in Miracles says you are an idea, that you are a thought. You are an idea. And that idea of you has taken a physical form. The idea of me has taken a physical form that you're looking at. So that means there's an invisible Earl as well as a visible Earl, because it's the invisible Earl that is the cause of the visible Earl. It's the invisible thoughts that I have about myself that's the cause of the self that you are seeing. So the Holy Spirit, you really can't see, but you can see the manifestations of love in your life. You can see the manifestations of God in your life. And unless you do what? Unless you do see God's manifesting in your life, unless you do see the truth manifested in your life, unless you do see love manifested in your life, unless you do see the Holy Spirit's manifestations, then you don't realize that God is there. So why is it that people don't realize God is there? Because they don't see the manifestations of God in their life. They don't see the manifestations of God in their life. They don't see the manifestations of peace in their life. They don't see the results of truth in their life. So they don't think that God is there. They don't think that help is there because they are not allowing themselves to receive miracles. And miracles are just right perceptions and right thoughts. And the Course in Miracles is full of right perceptions and right thoughts. A Course in Miracles is full of true perceptions and new interpretations and meanings that you must give to everything that you see if you would like to have peace of mind. Because the perceptions that the Course in Miracles gives you, those perceptions, those teachings, they teach you a way of looking at things that would allow you to keep your peace and not lose your peace. And the Course in Miracles teaches that when you don't lose your peace, when you keep your peace, then you can hear the inner voice of God guiding you. Then you can hear your inner guidance. Then you can hear right guidance. But you can't hear right guidance if you're in conflict and anger and grievances and fear and jealousy and sickness and lack and dissatisfaction and unhappiness. All of those thoughts block your ability to hear the voice of God inside of you and the guidance that you're receiving from the universe. That's why you don't hear your guidance. That's why you make mistakes if you make mistakes. That's why you listen to the wrong advice and end up going right over the cliff, even though you thought it was going to be the best decision you ever made. It's because you weren't listening to right guidance. So your number one responsibility is to learn what right guidance would tell you. And the Course in Miracles is just one of the ways, not the only way, not the only way that you can receive guidance, that you can receive the truth. And for some people, not all people, but for some people, A Course in Miracles is the way that they will wake up to their spiritual being and end up having the bliss and the happiness and the joy that God promises. For some people, such as me, and maybe you, it's the Course in Miracles. And I am here for you. I am here. I'm a teacher of A Course in Miracles. I am here to be a channel and a messenger of the message of A Course in Miracles. So the Course in Miracles is telling you right now how to recognize the Holy Spirit, how to look within. So the Course in Miracles says miracles are the witnesses to the Holy Spirit. So he's repeating himself again. He says the way you can tell that you're having miracles, the way that you can tell that the Holy Spirit is operating in your life is you will start to experience expressions of love, right-mindedness, right answers, peace, and truth. Those are miracles because they speak for God's presence. Expressions of love and expressions of joy and expressions of freedom speak for the presence of truth. They speak for the presence of God. So how do you make something you can't see real to you? How do you make God real to you? How do you make true love real to you? How do you make something you can't see real? How do you make it real? Only through the witnesses that speak for it. For instance, you may not see the love in you. You may not see the good in you. But let's say I'm witnessing to it. And I go, I see the love in you. I see the good in you. You may not see the love in you. You may not see the good in you, but I do. See, I'm a witness speaking for your goodness, and that's how one day you will see it. You will see it because I keep witnessing to it. You will see it because I keep reminding you that you're innocent. You will see it because I keep reminding you that you are beautiful. You will see your beauty because I keep reminding you that you're beautiful. You will see your value because I am a witness to it. So the Course in Miracles says what you can't see becomes real to you. What you cannot see becomes real to you through the witnesses that speak for it. Because you can be aware of what you can't see. Think about that. That's another one of those funny statements. Of course I'm not aware of what I can't see. Right? He's saying you can be aware of what you can't see. You can be aware of what you can't see. You can become aware of what you can't see. And what you can't see, that love, the Holy Spirit, the miracles, it can become compellingly real, not regular real to you, but what you can't see can become compellingly real to you as his presence becomes manifest through you. So I can't see love like I want to see love. So how do I make love become real to me? Well, I've got to allow love to manifest through me. The more goodness manifests through me, the more my goodness will become real to me. The more love that manifests through me, then the more I will believe that love is real to me. When abundance and joy and happiness and fun comes through me, then that becomes real to me. So whatever you want to become compellingly real in you must be manifested through you. If you want peace to become real to you, if you want peace in the world to become real to you, if you want peace and joy to become real to you, then it must be manifested through you. So do the Holy Spirit's work. So what does that mean, Earl? Do the Holy Spirit's work. Share the Holy Spirit's function. So what is the Holy Spirit's function? What is the function of God? What is the function of Spirit? And what is this function that I'm supposed to share? Well, your function in heaven is creation. What the Course in Miracles defines our reality, where we really came from, is spiritual beings. The Course in Miracles describes love, our true reality, as heaven. It's so awesome beyond anything we can imagine that it's heaven. So your function in reality is to create. You are a creator. You were created to create. You were created to extend all the characteristics and all the attributes of God and love, which is the same thing. You are here to create. In reality, you are a creator. And the Holy Spirit, which is your teacher from God, your inner teacher, the Holy Spirit shares the Holy Spirit's function with you on earth. So the Course in Miracles says your function in heaven, your function in reality is what? Creating. Your function is to be a creator. But your function on earth, what is your function on earth? What is your function on earth? Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Your function is healing. Your function is healing. Your function on earth is to be a healer. Your function on earth is healing. You are here to heal. You are here to heal. You are in this world to heal. Every soul that's in this world is in this world to heal. So then I asked myself, well, what is the Course in Miracles definition of healing? Listen to me. The Course in Miracles definition of healing, one of them, is the undoing of fear. What? Your function is to help undo fear in the world by being fearless and loving yourself. Your function is to heal, which the Course defines as undoing fear. Undoing, not making anyone more afraid, not by attacking people, attacking yourself, making anyone feel guilty. You are here to heal. And the Holy Spirit shares that function with you on earth as God shares your function of creator, of being a creator in heaven and in reality. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you really here? Why are you really here? You're really here to undo fear. 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 You're really here to learn to undo fear. As long as you believe you have other functions other than creating and healing, if you think you're here for any other reason other than creating, which is extending love, and healing, which is the undoing of fear. As long as you think you're here for any other function, you will need correction. As long as you think you're here for any other reason other than extending love and joy and undoing fear, then you will need correction, because your belief is the destruction of peace. What? Yeah. Yeah. If you want to know what destroys your peace, it's thinking that you're here for any other reason than to extend love and to undo fear. You are here to bring more love and peace and joy on this planet. That's the real reason. Not all the other things that you may think you're here for. Those things are neutral. They are neither good nor bad. You're really here to heal. You're really here to learn how to undo fear in yourself and be a means for the undoing of fear and separation in others. And as long as you don't do that, you're innocent and you're still loved by God, but it's going to destroy your peace, because having any goal other than the goal of love and having any goal other than the goal of ending fear and separation, that's a goal in direct opposition to the Holy Spirit's purpose. So so if you got a goal other than extending love and ending fear, if that's not the main purpose that you have for wanting to get married, not wanting to get married, your main purpose within your career or not in it doesn't matter what it is you want to do in the world or what you see as being your avocation, your vocation, your ambition. It doesn't matter what it is you want to do in this physical world. The real reason why you are here and the thing you should be doing in whatever it is that you want to do, the main thing you need to remember is that you are here to heal. You are here to be the means of undoing anger, fear, and guilt and separation. And if that's not your goal, the Course in Miracles says, then you're going to have experiences that seem to destroy your peace, because your goal is in direct opposition to God's purpose, and you are totally innocent, and you can see the presence of the Holy Spirit. All right, so I'm going to recap this in just a minute, because it's about remembering, and using. Remembering the ideas and using the ideas. Remembering the ideas and using the ideas. That's why I tell people to watch or listen to these presentations at least 4 times, because it's about remembering what you're being told and using what you're being told. Just think the way that it's suggesting. Go in that direction. I'm Earl Purdy. I'm a full-time teacher of A Course in Miracles. And if you like to make a financial expression of appreciation, I truly would appreciate that. Go to my website, earlpurdy.com, P-U-R-O-D-Y. That's my last name, earlpurdy.com. You can use Venmo. You can use the Cash App. You can use PayPal. You can use Zelle. And my email address is what you would need, and that's earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. earlpurdy@earlpurdy.com. On Sundays at 1 p.m. Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, I do another Course in Miracles Facebook Live. On Thursdays at 7 o'clock Mountain Time on the Earl Purdy page on Facebook, I do Hardcore Course in Miracles, which is what you're listening to and watching right now. I'm also available for personal mentoring, counseling, and advising. If you want to take advantage of over 40 years of working with people and working with the Course and showing you how you can use the Course to give you answers and solutions to situations that you are dealing with, that you're ready to have peace about, then you can have a one-on-one with me called a clarity session. If you go to my website, earlpurdy.com, look under the clarity session tab. It explains my services in detail, and you can self-book an appointment right there online. I have hundreds of free videos of my classes that you can watch on my website and on YouTube and on Facebook. So there are tons of lessons that I've done that you can be. I have put the entire workbook. It's on YouTube that I've done. Just Google Earl Purdy or just Purdy and then lesson number 50, let's say, for an example. So you just Google Purdy lesson 50 and it will come up. I'm here to be truly helpful. I'm doing everything that I'm doing because I want to share my function with the Holy Spirit, and my function is healing on earth, to be a means for the healing of others, and to also allow myself to be healed by having all my guilt and fear and separation and insanity removed from my perception. So I am here for you. I am here for you. We can't do this alone. We have to change our mind to change the world. It's not going to happen through what people are trying to do on the outer alone. It's going to come from you being aware of the invisible presence called God in your life and recognizing how to recognize that. So let me do a real quick review of the instructions that we were given, because we did pretty good. We covered quite a bit, and I'm proud of us. We let ourselves hear quite a bit of the Course in Miracles tonight. So here we go. You ready? Number one, whenever you have miracles in your life, it's demonstrating that you have learned, and you've learned correctly, and you've learned of the right guidance. Learning is invisible. So how can you tell what you've learned? You know what you've learned by the results. Pay attention to the results that you're getting in your life right now, in every area of your life, and you will know what you have learned. And if it's something that's true that you've learned, then if you're smart, you're going to use it in more and more situations. You're going to make sure you use, if you're innocent in every situation. If you're loved in every situation. If you're free in every situation. If everything you see, you give all the meaning to it, then you give all the meaning to what you see in any situation. Whatever is the truth, there is no exception. You can use it in every situation. And you will know that there's no difficulty in miracles. You will know that there's no difficulty in what the Course is teaching as you use what the Course is teaching in every situation. So you've got to not just talk this stuff. You have to apply this stuff. You have to think this stuff. There's no situations that the teachings of the Course in Miracles does not apply to. There's no situation that the truth doesn't apply to. And if you keep applying the truth to every situation, then you're going to end up in a very loving world. So how do you bless other people? How do you experience in the blessing of other people? And how do you bless other people? Well, you bless other people by accepting the truth for yourself, by accepting your innocence for yourself, by accepting the undoing of your mistakes and errors for yourself. That's how you send out blessings to the people that the Holy Spirit is going to send you. Are you ready to have more people in your life, more loving people in your life? Are you ready to even have more relationships? Well, if you're ready, then the Course in Miracles says that then the way that you're ready is for you to know that the Holy Spirit will send to you those who need your blessing, those who need your love. You don't have to hunt for love. Love will be sent to you. The once you are clear that the only reason why that person is coming into your life is for you all to learn how to express real love with each other, and they're there for you to help end each other's fear or each other's guilt. That you're not there to make each other feel more guilty. You've got to play your part. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to play your part. If you really want to know that the world has been healed and the world has been redeemed, then you're going to have to play your part. You're going to have to be willing to be part of the solution. You have to be willing to be happy, in other words. You've got to be willing to really have the universe bless you and give you joy. Because the Course says that's how you can tell a teacher of God, that a teacher of God is someone who's experiencing miracles, who's letting themselves experience joy. So you can't see the invisible, but you can see the effects of it. And by the effects of it, that's how you know that it's there. You have power. How do you know you have power? Well, you'll know you have power as your power enables you to act. So I'll say it again. The Holy Spirit, the divine in you, is invisible, but you can see the results of its presence. And through the results of the presence of God, that's how you know God is there. And this is another thing I want to suggest from the Course. If the Holy Spirit is in your life, then the Holy Spirit will enable you to do things that are clearly not of this world, things that violate all the laws of this world, all the laws of time and space. Everything that you think can happen, it violates what you think can happen and cannot happen. It's beyond anything that you can imagine. And by perceiving the results of the Holy Spirit, then you'll understand that the Holy Spirit is there, and you'll know what the Holy Spirit is, because you can't see the Holy Spirit. You can see the Holy Spirit's manifestations. And unless you see the manifestations of love in your life, you won't know that love is there. And so the miracles that you experience are the witnesses to the presence of God being in your life. And if you want what you can't see to become real, if you want what you can't see to become real, it will become real through the witnesses that speak for it. And I'm speaking for your innocence. You may not be able to see your beauty. You may not be able to see your innocence, but I see it. And so it's through the witnesses. You want to be in relationships with people who witness your beauty, who witnesses your value, who witnesses your importance. But you can become aware of what you cannot see, and it will become real to you. So share the Holy Spirit's function of being a healer, and to know that you're in this life and you're in this world for your healing. And as long as you think you're here for any other reason other than to extend love and joy and peace and to end fear and conflict, that's how long you will need correction. And that's going to destroy your peace. And the destruction of your peace is totally opposite to God's purpose. It's totally opposite to love's purpose. And this is how you start to look within. This is what looking within means. So listen to this over and over again, brothers and sisters. I want you to know that it's through the remembering of this that you will change your mind. These are the thoughts. These are the new thoughts. And there's a part of you that's going to try to defend against study. It's going to defend against doing the workbook lesson. It's going to defend against listening to this again. The part of you that wants to keep you in the pain, the wrong guidance within your mind is going to tell you don't focus on these ideas of love and joy and peace, that you don't have time for it, or you got other things that's more important. That's a trick. That's a trick. That's going to be the destruction of your peace. Because your peace is going to come from being aware of what your function is and your purpose. So you bless the world whenever you bless yourself. When you let yourself be blessed, you bless the world. You bless the world because you bless yourself. So mighty companions, I love you. It's always great remembering together and remembering with you. I'm Earl Purdy. Oh, yes, I'm Earl Purdy, and I want to remember the truth, and I want to be a witness to how loving and beautiful you are. May the course be with you, and share this video, and I hope I get a chance to work with you on a one-on-one. Mwah.